Welcome back to 4ocean, guys. My name is Alex and we employ captains and crew around the world to clean plastic out of the ocean. So today is the first day back in the new year. So we're back in the shop. We are ready to get things kicked off. Today we're gonna be taking the skiff out and going to do some cleanup. We're gonna start out the year right. But first things first, we gotta do a little cleanup. We got my man Rudolph here on the front of the boat. We're gonna have to prep the skiff, get all the gear dialed in, get everything ready to head out there to grab some plastic and just have a great day. So let's get the boat ready, y'all. Let's do it. Rudolph is put away. The Christmas lights and decorations are taken down and we're ready to get it going. So today we're gonna be taking out this skiff. So this is our Carolina Skiff 25 LS. So it's a 25-foot boat sitting on an Ameritrail trailer with a Suzuki 200 horsepower outboard. And so this is a great skiff that really helps us on all of our cleanups. And I really like this boat because it's incredibly versatile. You know, I've got a lot of history with Carolina Skiffs. My first boat ever was a Carolina J16. We really like this vessel because it floats shallow. It allows you to get large amounts of weight. It's got a ton of room up here in the front of the boat. And it's just a great overall boat for all of our cleanup operations. So this is outfitted with the Suzuki 200, so it goes pretty fast. You know, you can do, a solid 35 knots, 40 knots with it, but it's a great boat for everything we're doing. We got it outfitted with a Garmin, I think it's 8616, but it's a fantastic little rig. So gonna finish getting the boat all loaded up and head on out there. Good morning, town!
What's going on?
Happy New Year. So these are the blue bins that we use, and the reason why we use these is it's easy to transport the trash, but also right here behind me, we've got our weighing station. So this allows us to weigh all the plastic individually and keep track of all the pounds pulled. But these bins are really convenient and help keep the boat clean, get all the trash in there. And we need the cross kicks. So these are our 4ocean style cross kicks. These are waterproof shoes that we use for all our cleanups. And we partner with cross kicks. So every pair sold also helps fund cleanups of the cross kicks. So check them out, cross kicks, super cool. We got the crew here today. What's up, boys? What's up? Helping a little send-off crew, getting her dialed. I'm heading out, gonna go solo. Shake the rust off, get going for the new year, and make sure everything's operating and functioning properly. But I was just telling these guys, we need to go diving.
Let's do it.
Is this time?
Let's get it.
All right, I think this Friday we're gonna go do some dive cleanups. Tony, you got a big adventure to get ready for, huh?
Sure do.
I love it. All right, so we just got to Boynton and we're ready to launch the boat. And now just gonna make sure the plugs are in, all of the straps are taken off. We're gonna get this guy in the water. Yeah. There we go. Look, you can already see tons of plastic. Little green heron. What's up, buddy? Wildlife. He's just pecking around looking for some breakfast, but nothing but plastic there. I'll have to get that cleaned up. She's looking sharp. So the game plan for today is really just to shake the rust off. Coming back after break, we gave the whole company, everybody 2 weeks or so off, Christmas and holidays and New Year, and boat's been sitting, and we're just trying to get out here and get on the water and get after it. So we're gonna run the boat, gonna go do some cleaning, just checking stuff out, making sure everything's operational, getting ready for a strong year 2026, getting after it. But today's not a super intense day. It's gonna be low key, having some fun. Just getting out the water, starting the year off right, baby. So right now it is high tide. So the water level is pretty high, which means for cleaning plastic, a lot of the beaches aren't going to be as exposed. So there's not going to be as much working area, but that's not really a problem. We'll get it set up and go find some stuff. At first, I just really want to run the boat. It's been a while, sit in the shop. We're just gonna go open her up, knock the rust off, knock the cobwebs, check out the old wildlife. What up, Mr. Pelican? What's up, Pete? Every pelican's Pete. All right, it is looking beautiful out though. Weather's not too bad. Got pretty clear visibility in the water. Let's go run this boat and open her up, see what she can do. All right, let's go check out the ocean. Such a beautiful day. They've got to go see what it's like offshore real quick. It's beautiful out there offshore. A little gnarly going through the inlet. Those inlets can get pretty intense with all the current going out. It's a full moon right now. So full moon, outgoing tide, that standing waves, they just stack up. It gets pretty intense, but beautiful ocean. Nice little groundswell coming in. Now though, it's time to clean some plastic. Just gotta idle out to the channel before we can go fast here. Meantime, rocking a little snack. Gotta give a big shout out to Chomps, guys. Chomps are these meat snacks. They make incredible snacks, beef, turkey, the whole nine. But they are a partner of ours at 4ocean. So they are offsetting their plastic footprint. So for any of the plastic packaging used in their snacks, they are paying 4ocean to remove an equivalent amount of plastic directly from the ocean and coastline. So we've got our full-time captains and crew that are supported. We're pulling billions of pounds of trash out of the ocean together. But honestly, these are just delicious. I've got a lot of limitations with my health stuff on what I can eat. So the turkey snacks are like one of the only things that I really can eat. But they're really delicious and they're helping to clean the ocean. So we're fired up on them and their partnership. All right, guys, we're in this channel. Let's get rocking and rolling, huh? So just inside Boynton Inlet, that's the inlet right behind me there. But on an incoming tide, a lot of that floating plastic will come in the inlet and then it gets washed up in these corners. So behind me is one of our hot spots. This is a little condo complex, but there's a little beach here and there's a lot of mangroves. And there tends to be just a lot of plastic that accumulates over in this area. And so we're gonna, beach the boat, pop up in there, see what I can find. But 9 times out of 10, it is loaded with plastic. So let's check her out. Oh, we got wildlife. Let's do a quick scope and just see what we can see out here. Yeah. I tend to keep the boat off a little bit because the tide is falling, meaning all the water is going out the inlet. So this is gonna lower the water level and then the boat would be stuck if we don't. But so check this out. This is what I'm talking about. This is, all that plastic that accumulates up in this area, especially on these high tides like this, and then it gets trapped here. So see, there's just so much debris over in this corner. It's like a hot spot. Wow, look at all this. Tons and tons and tons of plastic. Well, I do declare we've got our work cut out for us. I'm gonna get the bins, I'm gonna get the trash, I'm gonna get the gloves, the buckets, the grabbers, and it's game time. Showtime. All right, game time. We'll float, we got cutlery, some strapping to some pallets, a float with some type of gecko in it. Let's get Mr. Gecko out of there. There we go. Old tackle box. What's so crazy is that like this small area, like not a lot going on, this is going to fill up the bins in no time. Just the volume of plastic out here. Big old fan blade. You don't even know where to start. You just keep going around and it's like, it's insane. But you find everything, ropes, lines. I definitely want to try and get ropes and lines, you know. It's unrealistic to get every single piece. So you try and get as much as you can, but when it comes to lines, styrofoam, fishing line, bags, that's the stuff I really try and focus on. Yeah, like look at all this stuff just wrapped around this mangrove. It's just wild. So I got a goal today. I want to fill up 1, 2, 3 of these 55 gallons. That's my mission for today. It's 12:40 right now. I'm gonna try and see what I can do. There's a bunch of stuff back here that I want to go check out. So I'm bringing some backup here. Dude, it's just like everywhere you look. This is insane. Oh boy, look at all the balloons. Yeah. Aha, another nice lure. Look at that. Saving that guy. So many bottle caps. So the bottle caps are actually this far back because this is the tidal area. This is where most of the stuff that floats gets back. So bottle caps are primarily made out of high density polyethylene, which is a material that is not as dense as water and it actually floats. So see foam, all the things that float. These are polystyrene, most of your to-go wear and all your cutlery. This white stuff, this is polystyrene, so styrofoam in a sense, a form of it. I was just about to talk about this. I was just gonna say about all the things I collect. Right now I'm collecting these guys, nice little fishing lures, but we find vapes. There's so many vapes that we find on these cleanups. Normally, you don't find them in here, you find them on the bottom of the ocean when we're diving because they fall in, especially like in Lake Boca or any party areas, but back here, whoa, ho, 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 look at that thing. Hey. Aha! A little Mr. Football Ducky. That's a good one. I shall keep him. All right, look at this. Yowza. What do we got here? I don't know what. Looks like it's a part of a FAD, which is a fish attractant device or something. Either way, she gotta go. Yeah. Gotta go, gotta go. All right. More lines. More ropes. Get your stupid rope. Ah. Ah. All right, I saw something over here. I just want to go check this out. I think it looks like a giant net or something, but cleaning up this area right over there. So what happens a lot of the times, these ghost nets and lines and all sorts of stuff gets wrapped up in these trees. Yep, there it is. So let's see if we can't cut this guy out, get this area cleaned up a little. So whenever you're cutting mangroves, you want to be real careful. You don't want to cut down into the mangrove root. Always try and cut up and away. You know, I also try and cut as little as possible, but if you cut up and away like that, then you can clear it out, get all this stuff off without carving into the mangrove root. Mangroves are the bomb. Gotta love mangroves. Bunch of stuff here. A lot of people ask about water bottles and why they are so gnarly, but like this is just an example, one small cove, and we're just finding crazy amounts of water bottles. So that's why we encourage everybody, bring your reusables, cut down on single-use plastic, the stuff that you use for a couple minutes and it lasts forever because it's ended up in the ocean. This is where it is. I've been cleaning for a little bit now, but already you can see behind me that the boat is now touching sand. So that tide is dropping fast. So I'm gonna go push it off a little bit because I will not be able to get this thing off solo if we get stuck. Wow. Power pole up, back her down a little bit. Put the power poles down. The jack plate, the power poles, they make cleaning the ocean a lot easier because now the boat's floating, it's gonna stay there. It's not gonna be touching the bottom and getting beat up, or tide goes down and the water level falls. It's gonna change it up, but it's starting to look a little better. Still not great. Still wouldn't take grandma here for Christmas dinner, but you know, needs a little bit of love. But we're getting there. It's just crazy to see. Like these places are just small little nooks and crannies all over the place that you don't even realize. But there's just an insane amount of debris. It's wild. And a lot of these times, you know, I don't even know what to do as far as a strategy. Like, you know, some people want to start in one place and just not move until that place is perfect, but there's no perfect strategy in this. Honestly, you just go around, pick up as much stuff as you can. And we get a lot of people that say like, oh, you only go after the big stuff, but I mean, I go after everything. I am not prejudiced towards any ocean plastic. But the main thing is that I try and get as much of the big stuff as possible because what ends up happening is the big stuff breaks down. For example, like you see this foam piece, right? So this is just a piece of styrofoam. And what's gonna happen is this is gonna break up into a zillion little pieces. This doesn't really have the largest risk of ingestion or entanglement or things like that. But you give this thing a few months sitting in the sun, just sitting here back and forth with the tides and the wind and the waves and the breaking up, it's gonna get into a zillion little pieces. And then that's when stuff really does get ingested by animals, especially in these little ecosystems. You know, when you got the mangroves, these are little estuaries for everything. Little pilchards, little birds, tarpon, snapper, grouper, all the awesome species that are out here, but you don't want that stuff eating all of this debris. So we're gonna try and get as much as we can. So like I said, no perfect way, but like fishing line like that, fishing line is an entanglement risk that is big for birds. We found so many birds that are just wrapped up in fishing line hanging from the trees. It's not great at all. So we try and get fishing line, debris, any of this stuff in a way that we can. And you know what? There's only so many hours in a day and there's only so much manpower. So we're gonna try and get as much as we can and then come back with reinforcements. This is supposed to be a nice, light, easy day, but it's a good day. I'll tell you what, start the new year off right, out here, getting after it, cleaning up plastic, go for a nice ride in the ocean. Tell you what, man, what do they say? A bad day on the water is better than a good day in the office. See, like this is an example of what I was talking about with the big plastics breaking down. So when the sun wears them out and they go back and forth, wow, this is actually crazy. You can see this. This will break down into small little microplastics. So it becomes very brittle and then it just breaks apart. But actually on the inside of this, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, but on this back panel, you can see all the microplastic. Those are those small, tiny little pieces that are so dangerous that basically all the marine life's ingesting. And so plastics have so many different aspects. Phthalates, forever chemicals, I mean, it's not good. Endocrine disruptors, you don't want this stuff in your body. And it's pretty wild. I don't know what this, I think the statistic is, it's estimated a credit card's amount of plastic per month that we're consuming, which is wild. Could you imagine just eating a credit card? That's why we try and clean this stuff up. Ah, the yellow bottle. This is like a game too. Whenever you find these yellow bottles, this has been a huge thing for us. We found these are what we believe are coming from Haiti or the Dominican Republic. It says vinaigrette on it, but you will almost see these in almost every single cleanup we do here in Florida. You will find these, which is wild because they're traveling literally across the Caribbean, out in the open ocean, and ending up right here on our coastlines. These things are the same exact concept. It gets very brittle, they fall apart, no good. Aha! Check me out. Might have a whole tackle box for the day's over, I'll tell you what. Oh, come on, short leader, giant swivel like that. Terrible knot, you could do better. Come on now. You know, I think about that Conor McGregor quote a lot when he was in his prime. Like, he's a famous fighter. And he always says, you know, in your craft, you've got to be a little insane. And you got to just be absolutely mental. Obsessed to the point where, you know, people just think you're out of your mind. And I got to admit, like, there's times where I do feel like I'm out of my mind. Like, crawling around in here, ducking spiders, doing all sorts of stuff, but I enjoy it. I have a damn good time doing this. And like, I don't know, it's just fun to think about the fact that this is my job. This is what I've been able to create a career out of and spend time on the water, you know, being a licensed captain, just being on the ocean, keeping the ocean clean, cleaning plastic, like being able to set an example for my boys. I've got 2 young sons. I don't know, I'm just fired up on it, but it's just funny. I'm sitting here like going through the nastiest stuff, and it's like, you gotta be a little insane, you know, you gotta be a little nuts on the craft, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Feel very blessed, very fortunate to be able to do this for a living, keep the ocean clean, to be able to employ captains and crew around the world and create jobs. It's awesome. So I'm fired up, and I appreciate all of you guys out there who support us and support our cleanups and support everything we do, because it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to our captains and crews around the world. So appreciate you guys. Ah, look at the little crabby. Coasting it down, baby. So I'm just wrapping up now. Got a lot of the bins filled. That guy, this guy, got a ton of ghost nets, some other debris. But take a look at this place. It looks pretty good. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was. I'm just running out of time right now. I gotta get back to the shop, get everything cleared up. Gotta be home for boys' bedtime, so can't push that, man. Family first. But I'm proud. I'm stoked. This is nice and clean. There's still some smaller pieces, but like, look back here. Not as bad. Pretty solid, pretty solid. Feeling pretty good about that. But right now, I'm gonna take these bins, get them loaded back on the boat. I'm gonna get everything cured, start heading back, start making our way home. Let's get this stuff on the boat. So we got 4 nice lures. Our little football ducky. We're styling. And a lot of people ask us about wood. What are our thoughts on wood? Do you take it? Do you leave it? What do you do with it? If it's an organic type of wood, so if it's just a natural type of wood that's going to naturally decompose, we leave it. It's no issue whatsoever. But when you have lumber like this, that's most likely PT or pressure treated lumber, it tends to leach chemicals. This is what's used to build docks. It's in the marine industry, but they tend to leach chemicals. Not only that, but you can see here, they're loaded with nails. I'm gonna snag this guy. We don't wanna leave this behind. There's also another one right here that I grabbed. All sorts of nails, but we're gonna get that stuff. Not a bad haul. Pretty excited about it. This area's clean. We'll be back for the little stuff. But for a quick day today, I'm not too upset about that. This dog can still hunt. No plastic left behind. All right, I'm gonna get this stuff secured and get on out of here. That's why these bins are so great, dude. The 55 gallons, big old U-line bins. You can carry them around, move around, sort the plastic. They're just easy to work with. Saw these last 2 pieces right there. I couldn't leave them. It's like last little bit. And now it's a beautiful coastline. I was able to move up and down the coastline and avoid the sinking tide, or falling tide, rather. Power pole blades up. Look at that, nice and easy backing off. If I wouldn't have moved the boat, I would be heaving and pushing and going nuts and would have been stuck. So, very important. Anybody out there, always watch the tides. Watch the tides and the time. And whenever you dock or anchor on the beach, you just gotta be cautious of it. But tell you what, man, that coastline looks good. All this stuff behind me was just that small little pocket of trash. Little area of mangroves had that much trash in it. So this is why we're collecting tens of thousands of pounds of plastic around the world. At least more than 10,000 pounds every day. Globally, between Florida, Bali, and Java, Indonesia, the whole 4ocean ecosystem is removing, I believe we're averaging around 15,000 pounds per day. That's with the partnerships, that's with the bracelets and the 4ocean products, as well as the foundation. So it's pretty wild. But feel fortunate, we're doing it, baby. I'm securing the boat right now, and one of the things that's always a pain in the butt is these ratchet straps. I gotta go through and run them through everything and then try and get them to stay sealed, and they end up rusting out like crazy. But we're gonna try something else, something new, a little kind of removable buckle solution, just something, because this is a pain in the butt. But we got the gear star, not going anywhere, solid. We're gonna head back to headquarters. Let's go. Back at 4ocean HQ, got the boat on the forklift, and what we're gonna do now is pull off each one of these bins. So we gotta pull off each bin, get it weighed, prepare it for sorting, get our total count for the day for pounds pulled, and then we're gonna clean up the skiff, put her away, and tuck her in at night. So let's do it. The way that we measure and calculate all the total pounds pulled is by using all of our scales and our setups. So right now I'm gonna get this set up, and what we're gonna do is we are going to fill out the board. We're gonna put an empty clean bin and tear it out to 0. And then we will be able to put each bin on here to get a total weight. And then we'll put these, you know, bigger pieces of lumber on it. So let's get this guy squared away. You guys, I'm so stoked. We have an electric garage door opener now. We've been in this shop for like 7, 8 years. I had to go and pull this decrepit line for years. We'd have to pull that down. Moving on up, baby. On the board, you could see earlier that Stephanie and Katie were out on the other boat. That was our other vessel that was out cleaning up today. So today, we've got January 5th, 26, not 20, time spent cleaning. We did 10 a.m. till about 3 o'clock. Very clean. Boynton Beach. Captain, we got Alex, vessel 25LS. So now we do that so that when we take each photo, we're now gonna know exactly all the info about where this trash was. And so with our trash tracker, you can see every single pound pulled. We document all of the plastic that we recover. We take photos of it before, during, and after the cleanups. We document just like this, documenting today. And that way we have literally tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands, I don't know at this point, but logs of entries of cleanups, where if you go to a specific place, you do a cleanup, you log it, you photograph all the trash being weighed, and that way we know our total amount of pounds that we have recovered. Now, what we're gonna do is we are going to set up and tear this out. So tearing it out means a clean, empty bin. We got this stand. It was actually made from our recovered ocean plastic as well. But an empty bin, empty bucket. We're gonna fire this puppy up, 0 pounds. So now what we do is we take this bin off. She's at negative 15.5 pounds. So the reason we do that is because when I put this on here, I only wanna see and weigh the contents of this. There you go, so you got 40 pounds on that one. So 40.7. And then we take photos. You gotta go and take a photo. Don't just leave it at that. There we go. Let's do the math. So 174, 175 pounds. So not a bad haul for today. Now we need to get this outside where it gets sorted, and anything that can be recycled is recycled. And then we're gonna get the boat clean. Okay, the boat is put back away. We got everything all cleaned up. Got all the hatches drying. Boat did amazing. Good old Carolina Skiff. We got the Ameritrail and the Suzuki getting us out there and getting it done. But today was a great day. Everything went well, everything went smooth. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are liking these videos, please subscribe, like, comment, show us some love. Let us know where you want to clean, but either way, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a fantastic new year, and we'll talk to you soon. See you guys. Cheers.